I want to share with you something that is really important when it comes to manifesting. So, when we set a goal, the mistake that we make is that we make the goal the goal. I know it sounds funny, but here's the thing. Along the way, in order to get to the goal, we have to change. We have to become a different person, because the person who is at the point of having achieved the goal is not the same person that you are today, that I am today. That's a different reality. That's a different experience. If you were to stay the same person, then you would have the goal right now, right? So you understand that actually you have to change in order to arrive there, in order to be that person. So now, the mistake, as I mentioned, that we make is that we make the goal the goal. And if we don't reach the goal, we see the steps of getting to the goal as failures. And we actually experience deep feelings of disappointment, needing to pick ourselves back up again, needing to deal with a sense of failure and shame and intense disappointment. And especially for us women, we can play with disappointment like it's nobody's business. And so how about you do it so much wiser and smarter? So how about if you actually make the goal of you reaching the goal to be actually the personal expansion, because you have to change in order to get to the goal. So what if your measure of success is not that you got to the goal, but instead that your measure of success is you transforming you? Then the steps along the way, we don't see them as failures and I'm disappointed in myself or I'm disappointed with life and life doesn't support me, life threw me a curveball. Not at all. I see it instead as the opposite. I see it as, oh God, so good. Life just gave me a piece that adds to my personal growth because I gotta change in order to get there. And life is so generous. Life always knows exactly what I need. So right here, right now, life gave me a piece in order for me to actually get there. But the real goal is actually expansion. So life just gave me a piece in order to expand, in order to become the person I know how to become. I desire to become, I should say. So now let's put this in a practical example, in a very practical context. So here's the context of dating, right? And so for us women, the goal would be to get the guy, right? Get the marriage, get the relationship, get the guy. And every step of the way, it becomes a failure, right? The failed relationship, the date that didn't go anywhere, the losers we take time to connect with on Bumble or whatever your dating app of choice is. So if the goal is to get the guy, I just laugh at the phrase, get the guy. If the goal is to get the guy, every step of getting there actually becomes a failure. And we end up feeling terribly disappointed. We look at the clock, we tell ourselves how we are just not good enough. That impedes our confidence, that slashes us down and makes us smaller and hurts us and stabs our hearts because we start thinking that there's something wrong with us. And so we really don't access our magic and our power because every time something comes in the physical, we say, damn it, I failed. And so this is how we do it smarter and wiser and as the better creators and manifestors of our lives. We get the goal to be who is this woman who is in that relationship? So our goal is to build ourselves, because that's where we have control, right? That's what we actually have complete control. Just like Michelangelo was chiseling out David out of the stone, we get to chisel ourselves out of the circumstances of life. So who is the woman who gets to be in that relationship? So here's what I want to give you as a play work, as homework. Just sit down and describe the relationship of your dreams. But more importantly, look for the feeling. How does this you feel in that relationship? How does this you get treated by your dream guy, by the one? And how does she feel in that relationship? Who is she? And so then, as you know who is she now your goal is to be that woman. Because if you are that woman, you are an absolute energetic match to that dream guy. You see, like, you are not going to be an energetic match to losers who are looking for something that is not your game, right? So you solve the problem of who comes your way. You don't need to work extra hard to figure out the people. All you gotta do is figure out yourself. And that's how you don't perceive the failed dates and the extra time this whole process is taking as failure and life not supporting you and you somehow being terrible at manifesting. None of it. You don't go down those dark alleys. You stay with your game. Who is me? I'm creating me. Me is the goal. My own personal growth is the goal. Because in order to have what I want, I gotta be this person. I gotta be able to hold that energy. I gotta be able to contain that dream. I structurally gotta change in order to become the puzzle piece that matches perfectly with that other puzzle piece. Otherwise, there is no match. And that's how we solve the problem. Make the goal your own personal growth. Make the goal you becoming the woman who is in that extraordinary relationship. And then every step of the way, you pick those pieces and you say, of whatever happens, the stories, the circumstances that life presents, and you add them to your treasure chest. You add them to the magnificent tapestry of you being this woman. And then actually life works. And then you're grateful. And of course, then the manifestation unfolds so much faster. I love you. I'm excited to hear your thoughts on this in the comments below. And even more so, I'm so excited for you to apply all of this.